Hey, Shadow here. As I promised in my last video, I was going to go over issues in decontamination. Now, of course, I hope I never have to utilize this stuff. If it happened, it would be a bad story for all of us, not just you, me, everyone else that would get hit in a chemical or biological attack. Now, I mentioned that Clorox or bleach, it doesn't matter, any kind of bleach, 5% standard solution is a good viable alternative as a decontamination solution. And it's important that first off, if you have an attack that happens or you know there's a chemical or biological attack, that you move upwind immediately, because a lot of these weapons, they utilize wind as a delivery system. And as a side note, some biological weapons are sensitive to UV light, so they might happen at night. So you just keep that in mind. Things to watch out for is obviously if you see explosions, people running, the smell of almonds or cut grass, if there's no one cutting grass. Tar, you have a tar-like substance or spots, black spots on your skin that just magically appeared out of nowhere. And you want to avoid any kind of carriage items or backpacks that just have no apparent owner, just kind of laying around. That's something to keep your mind or your eyes open for. If you get struck by a chemical attack, first thing off, containment, containment, containment. You want to contain. You want to avoid your friends. You don't want, or if it's someone else, you don't want them to contaminate your house. If you have access to a hose outside, rinse it off. If you're in the safe zone, your house is in the safe zone, rinse off with copious amounts of water. If you can seal off a section of your house for a shower, that's most important. You can put some hepatite filters to try to air out whatever you kind of accumulated on your body. When you're having the victim, be it you or someone else, removing the clothes, make sure that you have them cut off the shirt. Okay, do not pull off the shirt over your head. Have them cut off the shirt, or you cut off the person's shirt, and then go ahead and put it in the bag. You want to just avoid having that around or contaminating anything else. All right. Strip off the clothes, have them rinse off as much as they can. Use copious amounts of water and soap, a detergent like a soap detergent. After that, they can use what they call, I'll go ahead and show you what I have here. This may not be to the budget of some people, but I like to have it just in case. It's better to have it not need it than need not have it. So let me go ahead and show you what I have here. Some of the things I was talking to you about is Hibiclens. Hibiclens is a medical grade soap. Okay, this is it'll clean any kind of spores or bacteria that may be residing on the skin. What you should be having, obviously, like I was mentioning, is bleach. What I have here is a Tyvek Chem Soup. This may not be to your budget. If it's not, that's fine. It's not required. I have a pair of these just in case. Yeah, I got some chemical gloves there, a gas mask, and we have a filter, obviously, in the container. Dramamine, and we have a sprayer here. This is a garden sprayer, so that way you can actually utilize your solution, which is actually 9 parts of water to 1 part bleach. That's the solution that you're going to be utilizing on the skin. You're going to spray them down after they've soaped up and cleaned off. You're going to go ahead and spray that on them and let that solution sit on their skin between 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. After that, they're going to rinse it all off. The reason I have this measured out ahead of time, that way you see how it says bleach there, it has B there, and it has a water here. And this is a garden sprayer. 9 parts, 1 to 9, right there. Okay, and you want to measure it out because in a panic situation, you're going to want to have that ready to go. Okay. Also, what you want to do is you're going to notice that I have. This may not be available to your average Joe here. This is just oxygen. It might help the victim. You never know. But obviously, if you don't store this right, this might blow up on you. You got to be extra careful, and not everyone can get oxygen like that. So I was fortunate enough to find that on an online purchase. So other things you need to consider: the hospital is probably going to be filled in an attack like this. Okay, there's going to be lots of people. Even if you decontaminate the other person, you run risk of recontaminating the person, really. But you should try to seek medical attention as soon as possible. They probably know what kind of agent was used, and they're going to know what antibiotic or whatever intravenous kind of medication is going to be required for that. Make sure to have them drink plenty of copious amounts of water. Dramamine is what I use this for. Is that most agents will make you feel nauseous. Okay, this is a quick fix solution. Pain, obviously, and acetaminophen, which is like a Tylenol. Also antibiotics. If I have antibiotics laying around, I'll stick it in the fridge. I'll keep it cool and dry. Most likely, I know there's a lot of agents that use antibiotics, okay, as a source of medication for that. So if you have that, it might be beneficial to kind of set that aside. But unless you know what kind of agent it is, it's going to be kind of hard pressed to determine which antibiotics that you're going to be needing. Okay, so there you go. That's a Decon 101. So if you have any kind of questions or comments, I appreciate it. I appreciate the guys that have been watching. I know that you're out there, and if you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.